Hi, y'all. Welcome to Chatty Cathy Short Spots for this week. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving and your food tasted so good because you got your mouth ready to taste all the food that people made during that day, right? And the days before, actually. You brushed your teeth, you flossed your teeth, and you scraped your tongue so that all your taste buds were ready, your digestive system was ready to use that food and get those nutrients and have a great time also, just like you're doing. You have to let your microbiome have a great time too, and you start with your mouth. And if you can't remember how to do that, I have a Chatty Cathy short spot on mouth care, and then the 4 podcasts I have on my skincare and what I do. It's the last one on what I actually do. And there's a whole section on why you should scrape your tongue too, right? So please watch. Thank you so much for listening to me. Remember to love, like, subscribe, and share. Today's Chatty Cathy short spot, we're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about self-love and self-appreciation. So Sigmund Freud wrote, unless the personality has love, it sickens and it dies. And love includes understanding, it includes goodwill, and it includes respect for the divinity of the other person. Namaste, right? The more that you love and the more good that you emanate, the more is actually going to come back to you, right? All hearts are permeable, and that just basically means that anything can get in. Anything can infuse in. So what are you actually going to let in? So today we're going to talk about self-love. I can't even say it right. Self-love. I want to put a TH in there. Self-love, and we're going to talk about self-appreciation. We're going to talk about integrity. So the questions to ask yourself today: are you doing too many things for other people? Me. But it makes me feel good. Are you doing too many things for your kids and for your family that should actually be shared with all of you? It should be responsibility of everybody if you're living in the same household, right? And too many things that you do for your children so they're okay. Does it actually help them or not, right? The everyday activities, what do they do to help you? Do you give up yourself to help other people? Well, that's not what I really want to do, but you need help. Do you give up what you believe in? What actually makes you feel great and good inside for somebody else? How do you treat yourself? How do you speak to yourself? With all these questions, it engages pretty much on every podcast I've ever done, right? Because you are number one. You are number one. You just got to believe it. You got to know it because your God knows it. Your inner source, your inner child knows it. Do you even go as far as decreasing your safety for somebody else? Who do you get in the car with and after what they've been doing? Do you think that it makes you more worthy to do that? Do you think that it makes you have more value in somebody else's eyes if you do what they ask and it doesn't make you feel better? If it does make you feel better, then it might make you feel better in their eyes. But the main thing is, how is it affecting you, right? And if you do have responsibilities, absolutely, you got to make it fun. Then it's better for you. It is all about you, even if you have that number one, right? That number one next to you all the time. If you have to go through it, go through it. But don't walk. Do it with skipping. Do it with laughing and having a good time all the time. It will make every single thing, every single aspect of your life better, right? I'm a teacher, I'm a tutor, and I'm an uplifter. That's the most important thing. How are you going to feel better? You need to learn how to play more like the children, right? And then things that happen to you are just going to move with such fun and ease and grace, right? And that doesn't mean that you can't change your mind. Absolutely. Especially if you're a woman, you can change your mind anytime that you want to. Does it make you feel good inside, right? You need to learn to love yourself first. Period. End of story. Hug yourself. Oh my goodness, right? Just think about how that actually makes you feel when you hug yourself. silly. Oh my goodness, I'm so silly. No, it makes you feel great. Actually feel great, right? Good or bad, this is your internal guidance system, your intuition. And everybody has their own, and everybody has their own to work with and to play with. How does it make you feel? Anything on the negative spectrum, or does it make you anything on the positive spectrum? And I have a whole list for that too. So this is what self-love is. It's not conceit. It's not ego. It's not narcissism at all. It is respecting your boundaries. It is respecting your physical body, because you're 1/4 physical body and you're 3/4 energy. So it's respecting your mind. It's respecting your heart, which basically means if it doesn't serve you, then you probably shouldn't be doing it or listening to it, or talking about it, or standing around people who are talking about it. You don't have to. You don't have to stay around. It makes me uncomfortable. I would rather not talk about this. And if you continue, then I don't need to stay here, right? It doesn't matter if it's your husband. It doesn't matter if it's your mom or dad. If it doesn't make you happy, then it doesn't serve your heart, right? And that's what you have to go by. If you're doing something that doesn't make you happy or joyous or excited, even if it serves a purpose, it does not benefit your heart and your life. So that just means that you're really not taking care of yourself first. And that is what you need to work on every single day. And I make sure I do it 15 to 30 minutes a day, or maybe even an hour. Absolutely. Just to be with yourself, playing in the garden, working out, playing the piano, playing your instrument, listening to great music. Everybody has 15 minutes a day. Everybody does. I don't care who you are. You do. You, yourself, and us. Me, myself, and us, right? A minimum 5 minutes a day. And you can do that at night before you go to sleep, or you can do that first thing in the morning. But you need to do that 15 minutes a day just to quiet your mind, right? And then the other things are actually meditations and being with yourself too, right? Smile and say in the morning, hello, beautiful day, and be thankful for everything that you had during the night. Rest and sleep, right? And then have an intention of another wonderful, full, happy day with fun and love and great people and good car rides and the perfect instances at the right time. And all that can happen if you just give yourself that 15 minutes a day. Everything else will change. Remove yourself from the events of the day, from the family, turn your phone off, go into a quiet, dark, cool space where you get comfortable, just enough to calm your mind, clear your mind. All right. And the rest of the day, do the things I was talking about that make you happy. Working out, playing the piano. Text me some and write some below, the things that make you feel good, right? And if you could be in that way most of the time, you would not believe the things that would come to you, right? Watch your children play. Watch the animals play. When you cook dinner, have them help you. Read for 15 or 20 minutes a day, okay? Make sure that you go outside every single day, because nature is the highest frequency. And I'll do a podcast on that too, of why I think so. Look around and appreciate everything that's around it to you. Even if you're addicted to something, it doesn't matter. Does it put you in a better place? Okay. Does it help your human body? You got to think about that, right? Check your Facebook. Some people love social media, but only make it for 15 or 20 minutes, because all of a sudden a couple of hours can go by and you're like, oh shit, man, I could have done something else, right? So give yourself time every single day, and you deserve it. And you know what? I guarantee there's always that time for you, no matter what your schedule is, right? You just ask for it, or step aside and put aside something else to give you that 15 minutes. Because once you do that, that little bit of time, you're going to love it, and you're going to feel energized, and you're going to fall in love with that. Oh my goodness, I get my 15 minutes in a little while. You know, you're going to be so excited. You're going to fall in love with yourself again. You're going to fall in love with life again, especially if you're feeling a little bit down, okay? And you're going to want that little bit of time, and you're going to tell your family, oh no, this is my little bit of time. Why don't you go do your little bit of 15 minutes and calm your mind? So exciting. And then imagine how your life is going to be with your family if everybody can just calm down. 15 minutes, nothing else. Calming your mind. And I listen to music. I listen to all sorts of stuff when I do my 15 minutes. Anything to get my mind off thinking. And that little 15 minutes, I might even quiet my mind for only 2 or 3 of that 15 minutes because it takes me a minute to get settled. And then my mind starts thinking about all sorts of stuff. But even if you get that 2 or 3 minutes and that 15 minutes just to calm your mind and not think of anything that's going on in your life right now, which you think is important, that's what you actually need to do. I mean, I listen to bells. I listen to the Tibetan bowls. There's a whole bunch of meditation sounds. Sometimes I listen to fans that are being taped through PVC pipe because it makes a deeper tone for me, or an air conditioner sound, lawnmower sound, birds. Except for birds kind of go crazy with all their different notes, but it's just something that you can think about and not really argue about or think about why, who, what, when, where, and why, right? I mean, I tried to listen to babbling brook one time. I was ready to go to sleep. So that's not for me because sleeping is a good time to calm your mind and it does clear your mind. This 15 minutes is just for you. And it's really, really easy if you just practice every single day. So just that little bit of time for you. And then have your family do it too. And you guys are going to be so happy and such a great better family together, right? I promise. So integrity, whole and complete 100% of the time, with good and honest intentions, even when nobody is looking. That's the definition of integrity. Integrity also has to do with how you speak about yourself, with how you speak to others about you. Full integrity is actually feeling like you're home within yourself, whole, maybe not even or balanced, but you're whole, okay? That you don't really have multiple identities within one situation, mom, sister, friend, spiritual person. You're really just one person. It is you, okay? So the best thing that you can do is never, ever waver your integrity. Never waver your belief about yourself, because even if you're not wholly correct, because there's no such thing as wrong, even if you're not wholly correct and there's more for you to learn, you're still not wrong, right? But if it doesn't make you feel good, it might not be what you're supposed to be doing, right? You need to be happy. And you need to do what you need to do for yourself first, all the time, even if it's just for a split second, right? And then those seconds add up, and then all day long, I've done something great for myself. And look what else happened to everybody else around me, right? And the best gift that you can give anybody is your integrity or your wholeness, safe and sound on the inside of you, that will just shine for everybody else, right? And just know that you already have that. You really don't have to worry about it. You just have to let it out. And the way to let it out is to try to have fun and be happy most of the time. Self-preservation is adapting or trying to get to a higher frequency, which you can so easily, one step at a time. And it's not as hard. It's not like conceit, and it's not like ego, right? Going to be with a higher part of you, going to be the higher part with God, or whoever you call, doesn't matter, right? The higher part of your inner self. I call mine my inner child because I like to have fun. It's actually really simple. Basically, you kind of start counting all the blessings that you really have. And you have a lot, believe me, you do. You don't even think about them. Be appreciative of everyone and everything around you, because there's always something good. There's always something positive, right? You got all the beautiful nature. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff, and I'm getting goosebumps even just thinking about it, right? Children and animals. If you watch them, they're laughing and playing and having a good time and doing what's good for them. They are on the higher frequency most of the time. And how can you tell? Because they're happy and they're acting like kids, the way that we should do, no matter where we are, right? They are within the frequency, so why not you? If you watch them and smile, guess what? You've already gone up a little bit more. Just do it and see what happens. You're going to flip out. I read somewhere that love is actually a verb. So make it your most treasured action. And start with yourself. Self-love is the bestest. Is that a word? That's a word now. Self-love is the bestest. Say it. Self-love is the bestest. Absolutely. Open up your heart to unconditional love, and that's going to make you feel so great. And unconditional love is this means that you find love or something great in every single person and every single aspect, no matter what's going on. And if you can't, then turn around, right? If you can't, then turn around and look a different way. But there's always something to every single negative thing, even the most evilest person or the evilest situation around. There's always a positive. And if you really want to see it, see it. If not, then change your thought pattern to something else, right? Because you're number one. And when you're number one and you know it and you can feel that power, everybody else is number one around you too. And only the best people come to you then, right? And then your whole life changes for the better. Thank you so much for listening to me today. Really, if you need help, please text me, comment below, call me on my email, or text me on my email, send me a message, anything. I'll be glad to help you. In just a few little words, I promise you're going to say, that's it? Really? Drawing hearts, that makes me happy too. Whenever you draw a heart, you always leave it open just a little bit. You can see all the hearts that I have, all my tattoos, they're open just on one side a little bit. You know what that does? It leaves a little bit to let love in, and kindness and happiness and laughter and joy come in, right? And it also leaves a little bit for all my love and my kindness and my happy and my laughter and my joy to come to you, because I can light up anybody. Light up anybody. You know what? Everybody deserves it. And now you know that you can light up everybody too. You have to work on yourself first before anything else is going to work out for you, right? No perfect man is going to come to you if you don't love yourself first. And that's what they say. And all that means is you always try to find the best. That's all it means. Your children will act better, because you have those kids that just, oh my gosh. But if you're taking care of yourself first, it doesn't bother you anymore. And all of a sudden, the children are different. They really are. The animals are a little bit different. Promise. It is so much fun to learn all this stuff now at the second half of my life. And I'm so glad I get to share what I do to make myself healthier and happier with you guys. My name is Kathy. This is a Chatty Kathy Short Spat, and I will talk to you very soon. And remember, love, learn, and take control. And yes, we actually are. I'll see you next time. Bye.